The iconic guitar riff and title for the track Crazy Train actually came from a piece of faulty equipment. Guitarist Randy Rhoads had an effects pedal that made a weird psychedelic chugging sound through his amplifier even when he was not actively playing. Bassist Bob Daisley pointed out that the noise sounded like a train, and since both musicians were enthusiasts of model trains, the nickname stuck. The origins of the famous guitar riff are a bit messy, as another guitarist named Greg Leon alleged that he helped Rhoads create it by playing a sped-up version of a Steve Miller song, though Daisley completely dismisses this claim. While many fans assume the song is a personal diary of Ozzy Osbourne losing his mind after being fired from Black Sabbath, the lyrics were actually written by Daisley and focus on very real-world issues. Daisley wrote the words about the Cold War and the looming threat of World War III. The song explores the senselessness of people living in opposing countries and hating each other for no logical reason. To tie the theme back to the band's frontman, Daisley incorporated an expression Osbourne frequently used about being off the rails. The track is ultimately a protest song about international conflict disguised as a heavy metal descent into madness. The recording sessions at Ridge Farm Studios in England highlighted a drastic contrast in how the musicians operated. Randy Rhoads was a strict perfectionist who worked long shifts to build the song's massive sound, painstakingly playing his lightning-fast guitar solo identically so the tracks could be panned to the left and right. And this layering technique made it sound like one giant guitar instead of multiple separate recordings. Meanwhile, Osbourne was allegedly drinking heavily during the sessions and would occasionally relieve himself right on the floor in the middle of the take. Despite the chaotic environment, the band managed to capture a flawless performance. Behind the scenes, the business side of the release was filled with betrayal. The musicians intended to function as a collaborative four-piece band called the Blizzard of Oz, not just simply backing players for a solo singer. The record label and management initially agreed to this, but when the album was pressed, Osbourne's name was printed in massive letters while the band's name was tiny, making it look like a pure solo project. Daisley and drummer Lee Kerslake were eventually fired, and the reality of the collaborative group was quietly swept under the rug. The legacy of the track took a tragic turn in the spring of 1982 when Rhoads was killed in a freak airplane crash while on tour. The young guitarist had been a crucial element in rebuilding Osbourne's confidence and career, writing music that perfectly suited the singer's vocal style. Following the fatal accident, the upbeat energy of the music became permanently attached to a heartbreaking loss for the surviving members. Today, the song is a staple at sporting events and a defining moment in heavy metal history. But its origins are rooted in a complex mix of studio magic, broken promises, and profound tragedy. The true story of this track is far more complicated than the polished rock mythology suggests.